Hey everyone, today we're looking at Demeo, which is releasing today. And we're comparing its Quest and PC VR versions, which we're actually doing via crossplay. And it absolutely works. Just a heads up, this is a pre-launch version, so there may be a couple of different things at launch, but we're not expecting any major changes. Here we're looking at the character pieces that we'll be using in-game, and I didn't actually realize the wizard had a mask. It looks a lot more like puppy skin on Quest. Looking through these models, you can see there's definitely polish on PC VR, but overall not too many differences. This little guy down here is a little less shiny, but all the model details are there, yet we can't say the same for the lighting details. As you can see, there are missing flames, but don't fret, after playing on both of these versions, these smaller details aren't a big deal at all, especially when you're constantly resizing yourself to get around the map. I was surprised by the Waypoint's additional aura. It adds a good amount of atmosphere to the game, especially as the maps get bigger and you can see more spread across the screen. Taking a look around the room after primarily playing on Quest, I could finally work out what this poster looked like, but the rest of the room is pretty much on par on both versions. Now getting into the gameplay, you'll notice when the other player is moving, it isn't so smooth, but no animations are sacrificed in online multiplayer. Once you make them move, they'll still carry through the animations as normal. Here you can see what I mean about the atmosphere made by the waypoints across the screen. Again, I have to say that this is a superb Quest port, as when I was playing on PC, I didn't notice too many of the differences while playing, and cared even less as this game is so well done visually and mechanically. Now to take a look at some of these enemies, there was a little tiny bit of pop-in on PC VR, and they're not there altogether on Quest. So decidedly less to no pop-in there. The die held up beautifully across both platforms with a wonderful sheen. As we put special card attacks in play, the particle effects also hold up equally as fantastically on both Quest and PC, which is honestly a rare sight in these graphics comparisons. On Quest, you'll be taken aback by how crisp the wording is on the cards, and more so on PC VR. You'll have no problems here with reading any of the words, which was a real potential problem with a card-based D&D-like game. Looking at this scary ghoul lady, there was actually minimal pop-in on PC VR until I held it far enough away and you can see those spikes change. But it was almost unnoticeable. And I got my wizard to zap her away, there she goes. And you can notice here the textures on the floor are a little smudged on Quest, which is again expected on the platform. Other than the waypoints, the health fountain really surprised me with the added detail on PC VR. The splashes really actually add a lot. This spider is quite gruesome close up on PC and definitely makes the Quest version look a lot more basic. Oh, and we discovered the developers put their own little marks on the bottom of the figures, which is actually very cute and gives a nice finishing touch. And while these spiders started to fight back pretty hard, one of them got teleported and the particle effects and bloom were fantastic to see on both platforms. Another real surprise to us, as these are usually sacrificed on Quest. Other points to round this up are the usuals with PC versus Quest. Quest has far more saturated and less sophisticated colors, but only has a few missing animations like you can see with this ice bomb thingy. But overall, you're going to be really happy to play it on either platform and wouldn't miss out on much if Quest is your chosen headset. But obviously, PC VR will always look superior. Check out our full review for Demeo below. Spoilers, it's 5 out of 5 stars. And you can hear more about our thoughts on this week's VR download, which should be live about now. Hit subscribe and that notifications button to keep up with the latest in VR. See ya!